A flightless parrot is returning to mainland New Zealand after a 40-year absence.
Here's a summary of the article.
For the first time in almost 40 years, New Zealand's quirky and critically endangered K.P. will return to the country's mainland. K.P. are large flightless parrots that used to be widespread across New Zealand, before being hunted to near extinction. The birds last lived on mainland New Zealand in the 1980s. The last time they were present on the North Island was in the 1960s when 5 of the birds were living in captivity, according to New Zealand's Department of Conservation. The main focus of the project is learning what types of new habitat, outside of the established offshore islands, that the K.P. can live in. Until now, K.P. have been contained to a few predator-free offshore islands, so to have them now returning to the mainland is a major achievement for all involved. This translocation is a new phase in the recovery of this marks a new phase for the recovery of this taonga species.
This post received a score of 11,000, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Isn't this the same bird that tried to fuck someone's head?
Apparently it wasn't the only time. Bird needs to be on a list.
Endangered species list.
Frankly speaking, some of them deserve it. They are clearly important for the ecosystem, but purely morally. The shit some birds do to other animals would make war criminals blush.
Russia intently listening.
It is great the Kakapo program has reached this milestone and 248 Kakapo. I once talked to the program's famous ambassador Kakapo Sirocco, but he was much too preoccupied to answer me at the time.
Did he do his ring wraith shriek?
He just looked very wise and otherworldly.
Of course it took him 40 years, he's flightless after all.
It's a long swim for a parrot.
Lovely plumage.
The plumage don't enter into it.
That parrot is stone dead.
Probably due to conservation efforts and their control and removal of invasive feral cats.
Yay, my first thought is whether these founder populations will actually establish or if cats will take them out again.
Prodigal birds just want to walk home. Feral cat says not on my watch.
A remarkable bird. Beautiful plumage.
The plumage doesn't enter into it.
Listen matey, it's bleed and demised.
Is that where they've all been? Pining for the fjords?
The irony here is that K.P. would have indeed lived in NZ's fjords.
Shagged by a rare parrot.
That is so funny. I love the commentary, he's taking an active part in conservation. Lol.
Homo cucupans.
Google, shagged by a rare parrot? With Stephen Fry. You're welcome.
And listen to Douglas Adams' retelling of the Kakapo's mating ritual.
Hell, read the entirety of Last Chance to See, it's an incredibly hilarious and enlightening book. His most underrated work.
The audiobook version spoken by Bainton and Fry is great as well.
The audiobook read by Adams himself is a real treat. It's the only audiobook I recommend over reading the book yourself.
Douglas Adams is up there smiling today.
I guess it wasn't the last chance to see.
First time I've heard the North Island being called the mainland. It might be more populated, but it is still smaller than the South.
Yeah, the wording made me think they're being returned to the 2 main islands from a smaller island elsewhere, such as Bay of Islands. Also surprised they just mean to refer to the North Island as the mainland? Edit, no, I think I'm right. They mean mainland as in the 2 main islands. The birds have been gone from both for decades. They're first bringing them to the North Island, but it's the first time in decades they've been back on the mainland, aka the 2 main islands.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.